Like Keith Jackson said, whoa, Nelly. Thank you, Commissioner Seelig. I'd like to first start off by thanking Jane Forbes Clark, Dale Petrovsky, Jeff Idelson, Kim Bennett, and all the wonderful staff at the Hall of Fame for making these last 7 months so enjoyable and allowing Debbie and I and our family to become to the newest members of the Hall of Fame family. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you to the baseball writers of America. Without your vote, I'm not here. Thank you very much. I sincerely thank you. Jerry Coleman, Peter Gammons, congratulations on being recognized in your field of expertise. Well deserved. Rhino, congratulations to you and Margaret and your family. I couldn't think of anyone that I would rather share this honor with than with you. Thank you. Thanks to all the Hall of Famers for coming back this weekend to share this special day with Rhino and myself. Thank you very much. I stand here today incredibly humbled, extremely overwhelmed, and so very proud. Humbled by the fact that never in a million years would I ever thought that I would be on the same stage with all these great Hall of Famers and enshrined into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Overwhelmed by the great turnout of all these super fans that love baseball so much for coming out here and enjoying this honor with me. And so very proud to be one of the newest members of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. This journey started about 42 years ago in a little town of Brunswick, Georgia. Looking back on those days in Little League, the Hall of Fame is not even a blinking star. But through baseball travels and moving up the ladder, that star begins to flicker. Moving to Tampa in '69, playing Little League at Bayshore, for Dr. Wolf, who is here today, my first manager. Moving on to Palmacia, playing for David Fife at Plant High School. And I remember that June night in '76 when I got drafted by the Boston Red Sox. And George Digby, a visionary, one of the greatest scouts because he believed in me, a little scrawny, skinny kid from Tampa, Florida. He saw something that a lot of other people passed up on. On that night, my dad, Coach Fife, went outside after the offer, talked it over, came back inside. I said, "Where do I sign?" I said, "Let's go." My dad said, "You're going to have to make a choice, son, college ball or pro ball." Well, I made that choice in 1976, and it was off to Elmira, where my professional journey started with Dick Berardino, one of the toughest managers I ever played for. I grew up a lot that year. Elmira was the first time that I decided to come see the Hall of Fame in 1976. And who would have ever thought, as an 18-year-old kid in my first year in pro ball, that one day my plaque would be hanging in Cooperstown. Moving up the ladder from Winston-Salem to Bristol to Pawtucket, in 1982, finally making it to the big leagues. The one dream that every little leaguer shares is making it to the big leagues. I want to thank the late Mrs. Yockey. She was a great lady. Not only a great friend, but a great owner. My wife and I, Debbie, would like to thank her. Ralph Houck, my first manager, was the first guy to believe in me and had the confidence to put me on the Major League roster. John McNamara in 1986 took us to the World Series. He's a great friend, and he helped me so much through a tough time. I had a fantastic hitting coach in Walt Reniak. I believe he's here today. Biggest motivator I ever had. He was able to get the most out of me each and every day. One guy that I wish was here right now, Ted Williams, helped me so much. Our long talks, not about hitting, but about fishing. One of Ted's passions, and I wish he was here today to share this with me, because I owe so much to Ted Williams. And then there's Johnny Pesky, hitting me countless numbers of ground balls and improved my fielding so much. Bill Fisher, our pitching coach for Boston at the time, countless hours of batting practice, the best BP I ever had, 4 straight batting titles with Bill. Thanks, Bill. My journey took a surprising turn in 1992. I left Boston, and who would have ever thought I would wind up with the New York Yankees? The owner of the New York Yankees, Mr. George Steinbrenner, who I have the greatest respect for, I want to thank him for giving me the opportunity to win that special ring in 1996. Each player has a job to do, and when everything comes together, through teamwork and hard work of everybody, of the 25 players, that special dream comes true, just like it did in 96. So when you wear the same socks for every game, or you have chicken every day, believe me, I have a few superstitions and they work. Clete Boyer, who is also here today, took my fielding to a Gold Glove level. One of the most memorable moments I ever had was 1994 and getting a call 12:30 at night from Don Mattingly. That made it special. It was not only a great accomplishment for me, but Donnie wanted to be the one to tell me. In 1998, I wound up in Tampa. Expansion team with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Vince Damoli, I'd like to thank you for giving me that opportunity to come home to play in front of my family and friends. It was a special time for me. Thank you. My train ride began in 1976 in Elmira, with many stops along the way. But today, that train has pulled into Cooperstown, New York. And I found a new family here at the Hall of Fame. And my wife and I believe this is the beginning of another baseball journey. At this time, I'd like to thank a few family and friends, my agent, Alan Nero, and all the hardworking people at Coordinated Sports. Thank you for all the job you've done for my wife and family. Kim Morton and Kathy Leonard for all the work you do for my foundation. Couldn't do it without you. Andrea Herm, our nanny for 25 years, taking care of the kids. That took a load off of Debbie and I. Thank you very much. The Paricas, the Leonards, and the Herms, our extended family. Daddy, I wouldn't be up here without you. I owe everything to you. My mentor, my idol. Anyone can be a father, but it takes someone special to be a dad. And that's why I call you Dad, because you are so special to me. You taught me the game, and you taught me how to play it right. Thank you, Dad. Along with my stepmom, Pat, thank you for being here and enjoying this wonderful day, because without you, I wouldn't be standing up here. My wife, Debbie, thank goodness she cooked that chicken all those years. That was great. Honey, I love you. You're my rock, my best friend. I love you. I love you. You're so special. You're the glue that holds everything together, sweetheart. Our daughter, Megan, I love you, honey. Our son, Brett. My brother Wayne and his family are here. My sister Ann is here along with her husband Warren. My mother-in-law Hildred Berticelli. My wife's sister Betty and her family. My wife's brother David and his family. And the rest of my family. There's one person that's not here today. She should be, but she's here in spirit. Growing up all those years and taking me to Little League. 1986, June 17th was the last game she missed. She was the rock of the family. She had to wear 2 hats because of my father being in the Air Force. Mom, I love you. I miss you. I wish you were here. In closing, thank you. In closing, I want to say one special thing. I am living proof that dreams come true. In life, so many things are taken for granted. But one thing I can honestly say is that I took every day, enjoyed the game of putting on that uniform and playing the great game of baseball. I have a message for the young kids. Life is about obstacles. Endeavors in life are not to be overlooked. Our lives are not determined by what happens to us, but how we react to what happens. Not but what life brings us, but the attitude we bring to life. A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst, and it sparks extraordinary results. One final thought. Just remember, baseball is just a game. Whether it's your second year in Little League or your second year in the big leagues, you should always play the game with passion, play the game with heart, and play the game you loved. And possibly one day, your dreams can come true just like mine did so many years ago when I first started dreaming about playing baseball and making it to the big leagues. Thank you to all my friends for coming a long way from Tampa and around the United States. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you.